this question, guys. A very specific sim, but it requires you to apply your brain and come up with logical answers. Okay. So what is the question? Bella Inc. is an exporter of frozen sim. I want to discuss this sim. Okay. I'm not going to give you the answer here. I want to discuss this. So there is this company who's an exporter of frozen ships. Its quarterly analysis of manufacturing costs shows a $135,000 of unfavorable price variance for direct materials. So for direct materials, I have a negative $135,000 variance. Okay, so this is one direct material price variance. They have already given this to me. And for a direct labor variance, I have an efficiency or the usage variance, which is a positive of $37,000. You're supposed to prepare a memo to whom? To the operations manager, explaining possible reasons for the variance. See, the moment they say operations manager, you know now this guy is not completely useless. He's supposed to know what these variances are. He's specifically asking me, as somebody who's taking care of the production department, about why do you think this has happened and what he's expecting to do next. Very specific sim. Only two data given to you. I have a direct material negative variance. I have a labor efficiency positive variance. You're supposed to tell me how can a negative variance come in from direct material? How you can avoid it? Because the suggestion is the most important things, right? So what is the problem here? How can you fix it? What is the benefit here? But what could be the possible flip side of this benefit? And how can you fix that? Both of this you've got to answer in your sim. Is this clear? When I have a negative thing, I know there is a problem. So how can you fix the problem? What can be the possible reasons? When there is a positive variance, I need to know, yes, it is positive, but am I supposed to be really critical about this? And if yes, what can I do? Now tell me, how would you frame your answer? Why do you think a negative variance can throw up in direct materials? Yes, guys? Why do you think a negative variance can throw up? Okay. Price variance is a part of purchase manager. What do you mean by less supply? Swati, you've got to give me increase in raw material price. So you've got the raw materials at a price which is higher than what you anticipated. So what could be the possible reasons? Very good, Anirban. Very impressive. So you've taken a higher quality material compared to the buy. Exactly. That's a very good answer. Yes, I have used probably something which is, so that is one of the reasons that I have used something which is better than the budget. What could be the other reason? Think. Higher prices due to demand. No, this does not look like a very good answer, Nafia. Why will you consider that suddenly that item will become scarce and the demand is higher? No, I don't think that's a right. Nafia, are you understanding what I'm saying? Why will you assume that suddenly that item will become scarce and the demand will increase? We cannot assume that. Again, these are assumptions that you're making, right? Think, okay, one thing, try and understand. One thing is I'm buying a higher quality product, probably. What could be the next possible thing? You guys are still not understanding. What can be the next possible thing? Think, if I have an indirect or a negative, unfavorable direct material variance, what can be the next thing? Yes. Okay, yes, Alok, spoilage can be there. Okay, Gayatri, don't go so offhand. No, the answer is still there. Think, what can be the possible reason for a negative variance? My standards might not have been fixed very properly, isn't it, guys? Maybe that I did not fix up my standards very reasonably, isn't it? That could also be one of the factors, isn't it? Either my actuals are high, or what the standards that I put, they were not up to the mark, right? So how do you settle this? How do you settle this? How do you settle this? Yes, how do you settle this? Revisit your standards. Try to take more competitive quotes and see, is it possible that you have a centralized buyer? Somebody said this, right? Limited supplier in the market. Yes. So see to it that you have more than one vendor. probably that you're not taking enough competitive course. Try to freeze your standards. Okay, so that's a good thing. What about the other thing? What about direct labor usage variance? What could be the factors of concern? Remember, efficiency has gone up, that is good. What is the cause of concern there? Can you tell me? What is the cause of concern there? Higher quality material may be reducing the time resulting, but doesn't. See, that's a positive side, right, Anirban? That's a good thing. But what is it that I have to be careful about? Tell me that. What is it that, so I'm doing something good, right? So what you have to probably say is that probably I'm training my people really well and I have to continue on with the training programs. But what could be the flip side? See, what you're saying is correct. You're justifying.
Yeah, maybe it's not efficiency because of the higher quality material. My quality check time reduces.
Maybe. Maybe.
Hence the labor
Okay.
efficiency is coming.
Okay, so okay, wait. But complete the thought. But that means you have to say that you've got to go and fix your standards again, isn't it?
Yeah, but the cost benefit does not justify because my adverse variance is more than the favorable variance. If the cause and effect are the same, my adverse variance is higher than my favorable variance. So I should not
What
be
could be the
buying.
flip side? Okay, what is the thing? See, you can say that I'm using a better quality equipment. See, but my suggestion is stick to the question. What you're thinking may be correct, but that is not a cause of concern for me. So stick to the question. What could be the problem? Tell me that. What could be the problem?
Again, I mean, wrong standards set in the budget. I mean, too
What is the
much of
second
too.
bigger problem? Second bigger, okay, see, again, you are correct. What you're saying is correct. I'm probably using a better raw material and probably using a more efficient equipment. And I should continue doing that. But at the same time, try to see that our standards are not unreasonable. So I will be able to get a better picture next time. But
Yeah.
also, one more thing I have to talk about is the quality of labor that I'm
Yeah,
taking.
I might have put
More
budgetary
skilled
slack
labor.
there.
More skills. So probably I would have done some training programs to increase the quality of my labor, which is good. But what is the flip side? I want to know the flip side.
Maybe there
If
was budget slack there. I estimated higher hours of the
maybe, what is
labors.
the
Yeah.
flip side? Again, I'm not getting the right answer. No, what is the flip side? Okay, listen, when I say it's a direct labor variance, that means I'm using lower labor hours or machine hours to produce the same output, or I'm using same labor hours to produce higher output, right? So what
Ah,
is the flip
right. So the
side?
flip side might be we
Maybe
have
the
a
quality
negative.
is deteriorated. Maybe the quality has
Yeah.
deteriorated. You never know, right?
Yeah. Or maybe the rate variance is negative, which is not given here.
The labor rate varies. Maybe.
Yeah.
But see, again, that you're not going to question, because if that would have been given, it would have been there in the question. So you can
Ah,
mention that it may be that I'm using a more skilled worker, but then see, that is going too outside the question. Okay, and
yeah.
even you've got to keep yourself here. So what you have to assume is that my workers are getting more skilled. So whatever training programs I've been taking, probably that is doing good. But we have to be cautious about fall in the output. It should not be that the positive labor variance is a result of is leading to poor quality output. So that is something that I have to be wary about. Yeah.
Yeah.
This was, I think, one of the best sims that I came across in costing. Is this clear? See, other stuff which is just theory is very easy. But if you get a question like this, the keywords will be there, guys. The keywords like skilled labor, the keywords like training programs, the keywords like better quality input or lack of competitive supplier will be there, and you have come up with these answers. If these points are not there, just work. Bringing in contracted work, maybe. But see, again, Alok, यहाँ पे rate का बात नहीं हो रहा है. Are you understanding what I'm trying to say? We're not referring to, Alok, are you able to understand? We cannot, again, what did I say? Relevance and completeness. You can't assume anything which is not given in the WC. Remember that, okay? Is this clear? Okay. See, there's a reason why these questions were chosen.